welcome back to another episode of the Sunday Night Life. And I would like to continue reading from my book, Taste and See that the Lord is Good. Now I would like to thank you for following me on the different social media, and for also encouraging me to continue to share my books online. So today I'll continue from page 22 to 26 from this book, Taste and See that the Lord is Good. Chapter 4. How is it possible to taste and see that the Lord is good? How are people going to taste and see that the Lord is good? Who will tell the people about the good news of Jesus Christ? Many a time I have asked myself these questions. Through my experience, especially during my time as a missionary, I have learned that for a person to taste and see that the Lord is good requires two things. These are that evangelization needs to take place by committed Christians, and that the person being evangelized needs to accept and follow Jesus. These two attitudes of committed Christians to evangelize and of the individual to accept Jesus make it possible that a person becomes strong in his faith and accepting that the good news in his life. This in turn will open the way for the person to live and experience that the Lord is good. Evangelization can take place by committed Christians. Evangelization is an important aspect for a person to taste and see that the Lord is good. From my personal experience, I can say that if it were not for the persons who evangelized me, I would not be the committed Christian I am today, and ready to share my experiences in writing. So it is very important for a committed Christian who follows Christ to evangelize. Unfortunately, many good Christians think that evangelization is not their mission, but that it is for priests, deacons, nuns, pastors, etc. Obviously, this is a big misconception. Evangelization is the responsibility of every baptized Christian. It requires saying one's yes to Jesus and committing oneself to follow him. In my opinion, evangelization is an act of loving the other person and bringing Christ to them. Evangelization is to be Jesus to others. Christians are responsible to evangelize, as this was the command of Jesus to his followers to go and make disciples of all nations, as it is in Matthew chapter 28 verse 18. How wonderful this is, to go and preach the good news. How fulfilling it is to see other people of little faith to start believing in him and to start tasting and seeing that the Lord is good. This is what evangelization is all about. To bring hope to the people, to comfort them, to teach them, to make them disciples, so that in return they themselves will also go out to share the good news with others. They will start sharing their own experience of tasting and seeing that the Lord is good. Becoming a true follower of Christ requires being a committed Christian. A committed Christian is a true witness of Christ who follows him all the way. For the person who has never tasted and seen that the Lord is good, or who has doubts about the Lord, is a person waiting to be evangelized. The chance for this person to know the Lord could depend upon a committed Christian to answer God's calling to evangelize by reaching out to this person who is crying in the wilderness to know Christ. Keeping this responsibility in mind, one can say that the aim of evangelization is to penetrate the person's heart to help him recognize the love of the Father. The person's heart will eventually respond to this love and will eager to know more about Jesus. There are different ways and means how evangelization could take place. It is not the scope of this book to go into the depth of how to do evangelization. But as committed Christians, are we helping and loving our neighbor? Are we reaching out to the peripheries of society and bringing Jesus to the people? Are the different Christians groups opening their doors for all people or only for a few selected ones? Are our church leaders and practicing followers being Jesus to others? Are we reaching out to the sick, the poor, the prisoner, the unbeliever, the broken families? Are we evangelizing? I believe that a lot of evangelization does take place by different Christian churches, groups, communities, and individuals. The work of evangelization is tremendous. It is a joy to do it. It is fulfilling to see persons accepting God in their life, starting to follow Him, and in turn themselves starting to evangelize. I encourage all those who follow Christ to be the front runners to evangelize, to share with others about the love of Christ, to be Jesus to other people, and to draw them closer to the loving Father. A follower of Christ is not a true follower unless he trusts in Jesus, letting go of a sinful life, fully giving himself to Jesus, and finally, evangelizing. This is what I would like to share with you today. From this book, Taste and See that the Lord is Good. I encourage you to go out, to evangelize, to share the good news with others. Many people in society are really thirsty to know about the good news, to taste and see that the Lord is good. God bless you, and until we meet again, take care, stay safe, and always in unity through His love. Amen.